Welcome to another DK Custom Products video. My name is Dwayne and this is Kevin. And a theme of our channel is usually we try to solve problems with these Harley model bikes. And today we're just gonna share some information with you guys. Probably not gonna solve an issue for you, but something to be aware of. Now there's two things about these Harleys that they are most definitely not. They're not aerodynamic and they're not lightweight. But Kevin did some testing the other day. Kevin loves to collect data, and so he collected some data on air resistance versus weight regarding miles per gallon.
Yeah, and I just had an opportunity to do this. I didn't set out to do it. It just sort of presented itself. I did the test twice. It's not conclusive. It's not definitive. It's just a curiosity thing for me. And I thought that we would share it in a video because some people might find it as interesting as I did. So I had an occasion to do some testing. This is not definitive. It was on a tri-glide, and there were three major things outside of the engine that contribute to increasing or decreasing miles per gallon: wind resistance, weight, and rolling resistance.
Yes.
We've already done tests on rolling resistance because the factory recommends 26 PSI in the rear tires, but really you should be running 20-21 pounds. We have a whole video on that we'll put up there.
On a trike.
On a trike. Yes, on a trike. So the rolling resistance going from 26 pounds to 20 pounds is not even measurable.
Yeah.
Now, if there's no rolling resistance, I'm sure that would be measurable. I don't know how to do that test, okay? But I was in a unique situation where I was able to measure how much miles per gallon was affected with the rolling resistance and the weight of a trike factored in with no wind resistance, and then what it was with wind resistance. So let's take a tri-glide. Tri-glides, most people are getting around 35 miles to a gallon out of their tri-glide. So you take a tri-glide, it's getting 35 miles to a gallon. If you could magically get rid of all wind resistance, your miles per gallon, riding the same, would jump from 35 miles to a gallon to 44 miles to a gallon. Now, can't do that.
Nope.
Can't make it have no wind resistance. So what's the purpose of the video? Well, we're just showing how important wind resistance is in miles per gallon. And of course, obviously also you feel it in acceleration and all that. There's a few things that are interesting to note. Number one is, when you go from 50 miles per hour to 70 miles per hour, even though you have not doubled your speed, you've almost doubled the amount of wind resistance.
Right, yeah, because we all know 70 miles per hour feels a hell of a lot faster in comparison to 50 than 20 to 50 does.
So it's not a linear thing. The other thing is we have a video that we made a while back on how to get 10 steps to get better miles per gallon out of your Harley. We'll put that up in the corner. I think step number 9 in that video is about wind resistance. There's not a lot you can do to reduce wind resistance, but there are some things you can do that are talked about in that video up there.
Yeah, because here's the thing, we always talk about this, is efficiency and how inefficiency is a big detriment to Harley-Davidson. Now, any automotive application that applies to, but it seems like it's more of an issue on a Harley. Whenever you have an inefficient air cleaner, whenever you have inefficient exhaust, things like that are really detrimental to performance.
Yeah, and they're all little things, but they add up.
Exactly right.
But the main thing is I was just curious. Those of you who have Fords, they have that skirt below the front bumper. And then the guys who like to off-road, they shorten that skirt up. I think they take like 6 inches off. And when you go from that skirt being the OEM length to shortening it up by 6 inches, you drop 2 or 3 miles to the gallon just from that little skirt. So I was very curious, and I had the opportunity and seeing that basically the wind resistance on a tri-glide has a factor of 10 miles per gallon difference, which is around 30%.
Yeah.
30% of the fuel being used is just the wind resistance.
Yeah. Now, earlier when I started the video, I said, well, we don't have a solution for you. But I'm thinking hypothetically, if I'm about to run out of gas, I'm probably not going to have my legs stretched out. I'm going to be tucked behind the fairing, trying to cut down on wind resistance so you don't run out of fuel. Because if it can give you, a notable increase in miles per gallon by doing something like that, why not do it?
And that's why people who ride at 35 to 50 miles an hour get so much better miles per gallon. People riding 70, 75, 80, the miles per gallon really starts dropping because, like we said earlier, 50 miles per hour to 70 miles per hour is almost a doubling in wind resistance. So anyway, it was an interesting thing. Thought I would share it with you. You all check out that video on what you can do about reducing the wind resistance.
Right, and if you have any input to put in on this, please leave us a comment below. We love comments. If you have any questions at all, shoot me an email to support@dkcustomproducts.com.
Y'all ride safe out there.